This is Martin Crowe. Warm applause for Martin Crowe, recognised, of course, as one of the finest batsmen ever produced by New Zealand. 39 for 2.
Yes, not a good delivery from Peter Sutch. Bowled a bit flatter. Tried to hurry it through, bowled it too short. And they gave Ken Rutherford just the chance he was looking for to find his spot on the offside. So close. Just a miscue, a little bit of a chip shot. Just dropping short of silly mid-on. Nicely flighted again, and Ken Rutherford not there. That was the problem there. He didn't quite make it to the pitch of the ball. And just managed to stop himself pushing through the ball enough, hard enough to get it to Craig White at silly mid-on. Nice fine shot. Nicely timed by Ken Rutherford. And perfectly placed into that gap. Rolls away down the slope, as ever at Lord's, very quickly.
Of course, Peter Sutch is trying to spin the ball up the slope too, isn't he? So if he gets a little bit short and wide, the ball's just really going to go straight on. There's not going to be too much there for him at all.
There's 4 more. Very firmly struck by Ken Rutherford this time. There's no man out in the deep.
But I'll take the runs again, David. It's nice to see that scoreboard ticking over. Bit of a contradiction, really, but Ken Rutherford's quite happy to play his shots if the ball's there to be hit. And you can only admire that approach.
Michael Parkinson and Melvin Bragg just having a quiet chat. Should go on for a while. Oh, fine shot. Perfect example of the hook shot from Martin Crowe. Seemed to have all the time in the world to play that shot. Played it well, kept it down, hit it away very firmly behind square.
2 more runs added to take it along to 2 for 65. New Zealand at lunch on the opening day. Young naught, that'll be a disappointment for him. Pocock 10, took him a long time to make the 10. Rutherford has batted well for his 37. And Crowe unbeaten on 9. The bowling figures for England, very, very impressive. Fraser 7 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 5. De Freitas none for 15, Taylor none for 22, and Sutch 4 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 12, with White bowling 2 overs and Gooch 1. So good morning's cricket, a tough morning's cricket, appreciated by all the crowd. At Lord's, they always take the opportunity to meet up with old friends. It's part of the social occasion I mentioned earlier, the opportunity for people to prepare lunch, to have a drink, and to reflect on what the players might have done in the opening 2 hours of play. We join play after lunch now in the second over. 2 runs have been added. Philip de Freitas is the bowler. Ken Rutherford, the New Zealand skipper, is taking strike.
Well, those are like leg breaks. You could say that Ken Rutherford shouldn't be playing at those, but it does go a long way. It surprises even the keeper. Such a lot of bounce and movement from nowhere. Probably had a very good lunch as Ken Rutherford. He's not settled down. Got to get his concentration together, just hang in there.
Got him. Beautifully bowled. That's a good over from Philip de Freitas. Not just because he took a wicket. The wicket may actually have come from the previous delivery. The one that bounced and moved away, and Ken Rutherford, well, he'd be very close to distraught there, caught by Stewart off de Freitas for 37. That is good bowling. Batsman needed to play at it. Very well done. Stephen Fleming is the new batsman, 67 for 3. Crowe's 11. That's very well played. Nice way to get off the mark for Stephen Fleming. Dashing player, very strong on the onside. Nothing wrong with the idea, but I don't want to let Fleming get away from them. He's a very powerful young player. It's not quite the spot to bowl him.
Well, the trap would set, but the batsman saw it and avoided it with a beautiful pull shot. They had Robin Smith out on the boundary, I think it was.
Shot. Most of his runs come on the onside and drives through extra cover.
Shot. Very firmly struck away by Martin Crowe. Absolute control in the shot too.
Well, Crowe has been watching the ball. He's let a few balls go outside the off stump, and that one just gave him a bit too much room or width, really. But certainly well played.
Oh, nicely timed. There's absolutely no effort in the shot at all. Just to the left of Graham Gooch at cover, a despairing dive. Wasn't good enough to stop the ball going for 4, and New Zealand bring the 100 up. 100 for 3 now. Really was a lovely piece of timing from Stephen Fleming. Just dropped the bat on it. Dead square of the wicket, and Graham Gooch completely deceived by the pace of the ball. And that's what I call a sprawl. So a partnership developing now between these two, Fleming and Crowe. New Zealand reached the 100 mark. That's pushed away nicely through that gap, got extra cover. And Gooch might yet get a lunge in for it. No, that's the footwork you learn at West Ham.
Yeah, but he hasn't got an arm though, has he? And so they've run 4.
But in the end of it, the batsmen have time to run for, so a lot of effort there. And yet the scoreboard will still show the same result. Oh, he's managed to get it straight onto Stephen Fleming's bat. And a nice, well-pitched up delivery for the left-handing batsman. Enough to see him take 4 more runs. Edged away, but edged down and into the gap. So a triumph, a moral triumph for Angus Fraser. Indecisive shot from Stephen Fleming, but 4 runs to the batsman.
Yeah, Stephen Fleming just shuffling across the crease. He never really went forward or back. He was obviously unsure on how to play the length of this ball. He's been very decisive in his shot playing, even though he's played a miss once or twice. But there, he was very indecisive. And another short ball from Craig White. Seen already the few overs of ball at Trent Bridge, and today is this long sort of action. A bit new to seam bowling, but every now and again he surprises the batsman with an absolute beauty. Melvin Bragg on the left, David Mellor on the right.
Well, that should do Martin Crowe a bit of good. Not much good for Craig White, but that's well up, and he's a master of that stroke. Quite a powerful flick through mid-wicket.
classic spread. It was as well played as anyone could ask. There were two men posted out there behind square leg, one just behind the line of square, the other in the normal, much more orthodox position of long leg. And that was a no ball into the bargain.
Stephen Fleming very happy to play shots, and that's certainly well played. Kept it down too. I think when you pull the ball in front of square, then you're seeing it pretty well, and the pitch is perhaps a lot more placid now than at any other stage of the day. Of course, the ball's getting softer, the bowler's a bit tireder, but there's runs to be scored.
Well, the shout is there, and he's given. Well, Stephen Fleming looked up very quickly and then saw the dreaded raised finger from umpire Clues at the nursery end. He's gone now for 41.
And he doesn't look very happy about this, Fleming. And I don't think he hit it, so I think he's been given out LBW. I don't think he's been given out caught behind.
I'm sure he's been given out LBW, and it looked to me as though it would have hit middle. That's what I'd mark down as a good decision from umpire Clues. Stephen Fleming, very, very promising player. LBW to Fraser for 41. Looked good once again, and this is the way he was dismissed.
There's Angus Fraser. He's the man that's done the damage. And that's going to hit middle. That's a very good decision. Now LBW. Shane Thompson, who's been a little bit out of sorts with the bat on this tour.
Very good stroke from the hobbling Crowe.
Beautifully played.
Not the sort of over you look forward to the night before while you're trying to get to sleep.
It's certainly not a nice way to start when you come back to the bowling crease, a couple of no balls and then driven through the offside. In fact, it wasn't necessarily a bad delivery. It was very well played by Martin Crowe. I think you've got to give the batsman some credit here.
Stroke, loose delivery, too short from Peter Such. And Thompson gave it the treatment.